Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a video about some lessons that I learned in the very beginning of my journey. I plan on doing several of these lessons learned videos over the next couple of months. This video is going to be about my emotional response and my initial reaction to seeing my curl pattern right after I big chopped. Just to give you some really quick background behind my big chop scenario, my cousin and I decided we were gonna big chop together. She big chopped me and I big chopped her. Prior to meeting up to do our big chop together, I took off a big chunk of the front of my hair. Literally, I went in the front and I just chopped like the very front of my hair. Partly because I knew that en route to her home, which is where we were going to do our big chop, I would have some time to think. And I did not want to talk myself out of it. I knew that this is something that I was ready to do, and I felt like if I take a big snip right out of the front, I have to be totally committed. So I did. I took a big chunk and then went over to my cousin's house, and we had some food and drinks, and we were making it like a real fabulous like girls night out type of thing. We were really excited. So my cousin big chopped me first, and she cut off all my relaxed ends. And I then big chopped my cousin, and my cousin and I were prepared to big chop each other because we had watched so many YouTube videos. So we knew that we had to have conditioner, we needed gel, we needed afro picks, and we knew for the actual cutting we needed to have shears and everything like that. So we were prepared. We had all the products and ingredients that we needed to be prepared as newly naturals. So my cousin went into the bathroom and she wet her hair and she co-washed it for the very first time with some conditioner, and then she rinsed out the conditioner and she put some gel in her hair, and her curls were amazing. They were so beautiful. So I went into the bathroom expecting the same exact thing. I went in, I put the water on my hair, I did my first co-wash with some conditioner, and then I put gel in my hair, and my hair did not look like my cousin's at all. And we're both African. We're both of our parents are from Liberia, so I expected that we would have similar textures because we're cousins, and I expected we would have similar textures because we were Liberian, and I didn't expect that her texture would vary so different from my texture. And I liked my cousin's texture a lot better than my own because it curled up. Like, honestly, when most of us are going natural, we're not expecting to see very kinky hair, and my hair was very kinky. It was really hard, it was really tough, and I put some gel in there, and I couldn't put enough gel in my hair to make it curl up. I might have put the entire jar of Icy Fantasia gel, and I would send pictures to my cousin over the next week or two showing her my hair with all this gel in it and no curl pattern. And not to mention, when it dried, it was hard and it was so rough, like a Brillo pad. So I learned from that moment on that, you know, our hair textures are all different. It doesn't matter that we come from the same family. In fact, my sisters who are now natural and my mother who is now natural, we don't even have the same textures. So I've learned that textures vary from head to head. I also learned that what one texture can do over another texture will also vary. My cousin could achieve the most beautiful wash and go, and up until my first year natural, I never did the wash and go after the first month or so because it never worked for me. Well, when I was 1 year natural, I used the Kinky Curly Curling Custard, and it was a beautiful head of hair. I'm gonna link in the description box my reaction when I first defined my hair with the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. So the video, you can check it out and you can see, and I'll also link the tutorial so you can also see how I do it. So, you know, up until the first year, I couldn't do wash and goes, whereas I could do the most beautiful twist outs, the most beautiful braid outs, the most beautiful flat twist outs, Whereas my cousin, when she would do them, it would look really weird on her, and her hair texture was so fine that she didn't have the same volume that I did when I would do these twist out styles. So while I could not achieve my organic curl pattern by using gels and curl definers like my cousin could, I could manipulate my hair by twisting, braiding, and flat twisting to achieve beautiful curl definition. So I say this to you because it is so important for all of us to know that everyone's journey is different, everyone's hair is different, and everyone's experience will be different. And when I put videos out, I put them out to help you as a guide, kind of like a skeleton. However, you have to fine tune it. Maybe the product that I'm using doesn't work for you, but my technique is so helpful. And perhaps my technique is not helpful to you, but the products that I'm using work so good for you. And maybe you had no idea which product to use, you had no idea how to achieve the style, so you use the product and you achieved the style using my technique, and it was beautiful. You know, everyone's hair is different, and I expected for my curl pattern to be so beautiful like Tracy Ellis Ross, and I say I expected that because that's what I thought I was gonna get when I thought about going natural. I never expected to fall in love with my kinkier textured hair. And throughout the entire part of my journey now, my texture has changed drastically because I've learned how to moisturize, I've learned how to pamper my hair, and I've fallen in love with it. So my hair is no longer that kinky, hard, rough texture that it was back in March of 2010. It is so amazingly soft now. When people touch my hair, even my siblings, my relatives, they are in shock by how soft my hair is. And I too am like so shocked by it as well because, like I said, I just never expected to fall in love with my kinkier texture. So I hope this video was entertaining as well as informative, and maybe even supportive for those of you who are really kind of like upset and down in the dumps about your hair and your hair texture, your curl pattern, or lack thereof. Don't give up. You can do it. Your hair is beautiful, and you just have to learn to love it, and you have to learn to do what works for your hair so that way it will respond. So this is a day 4 twist out. Yes, honey boo boo child. This is a day 4 twist out, and look how luscious and how defined and how shiny it is. And if you could touch this, you would be like, whoa, this is so soft. And this is what my hair does now, and I love it. So if you have any questions, leave them below. And if you have any thing to add to what I just said today, you know, tell me, how did you feel about your curl pattern when you first saw it? Were you in love with it? Did you hate it? Were you afraid? Were you ashamed? Or were you so in love with what you had that you just rock with it? Everyone has a different story to tell, and I want to hear your stories. Leave them below as well. And I would love for you to stay around and check out the remaining lessons learned videos that are going to be coming up, like I said, over the next couple of months. And I love you so much for watching. Bye.